everyone, I'm back with the tutorial finally for the Sam's bead box for the Art Deco theme one. This is what I came up with. What do you guys think? I'm going to be, taking you step by step through everything that I did to create this necklace. It is what they call a convertible necklace. It has clasps on each side of the strands that therefore you can take these off, leave one on, or use both at the same time. And the third strand, oops, I have to show you guys. And the third strand does not, because it's long enough to have to be put over the head. So without further ado, let's get started. Let me show you guys what I did and how I brought this all together. So here are pieces of the necklace. This is kind of how I started to put it together. I made a lot of it. I've already completed a lot of the pieces because otherwise this video would be forever long. But I wanted to, I've left pieces here and there to finish and to pull it all together. That way you guys see, the process and how it all came together. So I started off with the choker piece, and this is the process that I went through. I cut, choker is usually about 14 to 16 inches is considered choker size. So what I did do was I cut 18 because I have to factor in, to have room to bend it and crimp it. So I did 18, and then I made sure that I measured, like if we measure from the middle of this, from the middle of this pendant or component all the way up to here, we have about, if you look, almost 7.5, about 7, a little bit over 7. So if we do, it should give us about a 14-inch necklace or maybe 15-inch, but we still can put a chain, an extender chain in case we need to, adjust it in size if it's too tight for the person that's wearing it. But to start off with, you're going to need beading wire, a couple of crimps, some crimp covers, and of course your piece and your beads, these beads that we're going to be using here. So, and for tools, I'm going to be using the Xyron crimper, which I really like this crimper here. What we're going to do first is crimp the wire onto the necklace, and then we're going to put the crimp on first, and then we'll put it through here, and then we'll thread the crimp. We'll thread the wire back through the crimp, like so. And bring it all the way down. And as always, make sure that your ends, that your wire is not crisscrossing over each other. Otherwise, you will weaken the wire with the, see how right now it's bending. So to keep it straight, just kind of have to see. I can tell, you can even look down the little tube to make sure that your wire is not crossing. Otherwise, like I said, because I'm using soft flex, because the beading wire is actually a bunch of wires coiled together, then you will start to break those little wires if you crimp it one on top of the other. I don't know what my husband is doing with my dog, so if you can hear the yelling in the background, they're playing. I'm going to be starting off with the first divot here, the largest one, the one that has this peak sticking out. That is the one we're going to crimp first to start the crimping. Now I'm losing my crimp here. Now once you have it separated, then you press, and as you can see, you get like that little taco right there. And then you're going to put that, I usually use about the first one, the first little like divot as well. And this one, as you can see, you've got like 2-3 sizes, and that's for different sizes of crimps. I always do the first one. That way I don't have to smash it again. So I put it on its side like that and squeeze, and that turns it into a little taco. First, to put on our little crimp cover. Now you can hear the heavy breathing from my dog. So what I'm going to do is lay this inside here. So you've got it between your pliers, and then you lay it in here. See how it fits in there? And then you just squeeze. Well, don't squeeze too hard, but what I like to do is go all around, you know, kind of make sure that it turns into a little bead. So you want to squeeze in the middle here, you know, not too hard, just enough to where you're turning it into a bead, you know, a little bead. So, because otherwise you'll dent it and then it'll look funny. So you just want to, how can I explain? You just want to squeeze it enough to where you see it closing up. I hope that makes sense. There we go. And at the top, kind of go around and make sure that you're, see, now that's good. I don't want to squeeze it anymore because then I'll ruin it. But see, on the other side, it stayed the shape of a bead. So now we can add our beads. So first, see, it even ends up looking like a little bead there. So that's what I'm going for. So I'm going to put a blue. And this should fit through the bead. I'm just, see how you could hide the wire in there. So that'll work out perfect. And then I'm just going to thread the rest in. Oh my gosh, you guys, I thought I wasn't going to make it. I can't believe that I used up just enough to complete the necklace. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. So again, we're going to start with our crimp because we're going to make this necklace convertible. So we're going to use another lobster clasp. So there we go. This is our first part. This is our necklace and the first part of our necklace. And then we move on to our second part. And that is going to be this part right here. So this one will go, where is it? With this one. We'll keep those up over there for now. So then what we do is we're going to take some 20 gauge wire. And what I like to do is just straighten it out. And then I'm going to put these on first. Because I already have an extra one made of that one. So here we go. So now I'm going to make my end nice and flush. That. And then bend it like that. And then we're going to put it in the middle of the middle part of the round nose pliers, and then we're just going to cut right there and roll it. And see, we have our little loop. Then open it like you would a jump ring. Put it on here. I'm gonna close it. All right, so I'm gonna wire this first, and then we'll piece it together because I was starting to get confused with my pieces and parts. So we're going to roll that one. Oh, that ended up being a little bit bigger than I wanted. You could always cut just a bit off here if you end up with a larger loop than you wanted, and then just tighten it up there, and then bend here and cut and just like this. And now this one goes here. You can really hear my dog snoring now. There. And then going to do this one this guy in here like that. And I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm not gonna use this piece. I'll use it for something else. So now what I want to do is put this one on here, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do next. So on the back over here, we're gonna put another 2 lobster clasps. Again, we're gonna take, when I bought these, they had all these little tabs on them. There. And I'm going to put this one, hopefully it fits through here. Yep. And then close it. All right. And now on the bottom here, I am going to use 4 of these guys. See, like I said, they're all going to be independent. They're all going to have their personality. And then they're all going to go together, which is, I think, super cool to have a convertible necklace. For this one, I hope I can fit 18 gauge into these amethyst. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, see? And I'll show you in just a minute why I want, no, I don't want to use these. I got some heavy duty ones. There we go. These from Vintage are pretty sweet for that, for thicker wire. Then I'm going to grab my wire straightener, my nylon jaw plier, just like this, and then we're going to add 4 amethysts. 1, 2. These are so pretty that you want to almost showcase them on their own, like that. And now this one, again, you're going to bend the wire 90 degrees. And again, I might have gone, we'll see, because it's thicker wire. Let me just cut a little bit off. Leave it to me to be the perfectionist. I hope I didn't go too far. There we go. All right, so we have our first loop, our loops on. Just like that. Now you can either open those or just open these 2. Like this. Put this guy here. Alright, so this one's a little bit longer. This one is necklace number 2. What do you guys think? They each have their own little personality. Alright, so that is necklace number 2. That's done. Now we're going to finish up with this big long one. At first I thought it looked a little bit Christmassy. This one is not going to need any I don't know why I have 2 extra ones, because this one can go over the head and then you can just add those 2. So for this one, I'm just going to finish up. We're going back to our 20 gauge. I think I have enough to finish this one up. And this other one right there. And straighten it out. Put our red drop on and bring it over here. And roll it. And that's what I did with each and every one of these pieces. That's why I said if I did all this on camera, you would be long gone by the time the video was done. Those are going to go like that. I'm going to grab our 1 fold piece. This guy's going to go there. And I am going to use, if it fits through here, I do want to use 18 gauge. Let's see if it will. It will fit on the 18 gauge. But let me There we go. Just like that. And for this one, I am going to bend all the way out here because you'll see in a minute why. I'm going to use my thicker ones. For this one, I am going to make a larger loop. And I'm going to go all the way to the end over here. Like that. And there, see how that loop is larger than the others? See, we have that. And I'm going to use a little bit smaller side for up here. Then we can add these two guys here, which will close the necklace. And there we go. And stay tuned for the end of the video because then I'll put it on the bust and you can see it all nice and finished. For these little guys, we're going to be using 22 gauge wire. And I'm just going to show you quick what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take a bunch of these and I'm just going to thread them on here. See. Now, since these are tassels, these are going to be hanging separately. These I do want to, bend the wire 45. Grab your round nose pliers. Get them out of the way. Bring it up. And just give it a couple twists. Not too many because you don't want it to be too long. Alright, so then I'm just going to bring this one up. Oops, no, not do that. We're going to bend the wire 45 degrees. Grab your pliers, bring it over. Take your pliers out of the way. 1, 2. There we go. Cut and tuck. I end up grabbing whatever pliers I have nearby. And now you have your first little thing. Oh, let me show you how I connect them, just so that you can see that part. I know many probably know how to do it, but I'm sure there's new people that are starting off with their jewelry. All right, so I'm just going to cut a piece because otherwise it's going to be hard to show you guys how I connect one to the other. So about there, see, and all you do is like that, bend the wire, bring your round nose pliers in, and then go around, move your pliers out of the way, like that. Oh, and then you take it off. I almost forgot. And then you put your other one on. Oop, like that. See how it's connected now? And then that's why these bent nose pliers come in handy, because you can just hold it right there and it'll stay out of the way. It won't squish the other one. And then you can just make your thing. And then you just put on your bead. And we start the process all over again. Like that. Okay, so I'm going to go and finish the rest and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys. Ooh, I have some of these left. I am done with the little beaded tassels that I made, that we use wrap loops instead of simple loops for them. And now what I'm going to do is take one of these drops here and grab more of the 22 gauge, and then we're going to cut about 2.5 to 3 inches like that. And then we're going to do a little like spiral with the tip of our round nose pliers. Just make sure that you're going up so that the you know, the little circles or coils are the same size. And then you can even, if they go apart, you know, if they separate, you can just always squish them together like this. See? And then I forgot to do one step. I can put it right back in here, turn it up, and then we can put it through the spirals, you know, bend it, put it through the spirals here. See? And then grab your pliers, pull, and to finish your head pin, just pull the rest and you get this little like rosette or knot, and that is our head pin for this drop. Oops, I rarely use head pins, you guys, are ready made. I like to make my own, but if you have head pins that you want to use, you could definitely go ahead and do that. So now what I'm going to do is take my and make a wrap loop. Take the top, I mean. Take my round pliers. Now that we've made half a loop, now we can put our tassel, beaded tassel on. Grab our bent nose pliers and hold them nice and tight. And then just wrap our loop just like that. And I've been, instead of 3 that I usually do, I've been doing 2 so that we don't make these too long. Oops, where is it? There we go. Like that. Tuck that in, and now we have that. I made 4 of these tassels, and as the magic of camera, the rest are done. Woo. And then what we're going to do is open this wrapped, I mean the, what do you call it? The simple loop that we made with the 18 gauge, and put our loops on, I mean our tassels on here. And now we've done that. See, and this is why I wanted it to be 18 gauge so that it would be nice and secure and you would not lose your tassels. Look at how beautiful that tassel looks. Just gorgeous. This is going to be what they call an opera necklace. It is pretty long, as you can see, but this is kind of how I envisioned, this is how I envisioned it. And you can make it shorter if you don't like it this long, but I have a short torso, so I've always made it, I've always made them kind of short for me. But this one is going in my shop. So I made it for somebody maybe with a longer torso. So this is necklace number 1. We're going to take necklace number 2 like this. I mean well, that's number 1. This is number 3, sorry. And then necklace number 2. And they're all going to go like this. And like I said, you're going to see them on the bust. And then for the top here, because you have these lobster clasps, all you have to do is make, see, so I'm going to grab like this bail making pliers, and then grab the 18 gauge again and straighten that out with your nylon jaw pliers. Like that. And then I'm just going to go around and maybe I should have, there we go. And I am going to double it like that so we have a secure or more secure, you know, It's almost like if it would be a keychain type of, what do they call them? Double. It'd be nice if you had a soldered large. I don't have any soldered large jump rings. That's a good idea. I'm gonna have to remember to add that to my stash. To add them to my stash, and then all you would do is you take your lobster clasp and add this one here and this one here, because that way, if you want to wear this one alone, you can wear this one alone. Or if you want to wear these two layered, then you can just add the other one here. And or if you want to wear the second one alone, totally convertible. Or one longer one with the shorter one. I think it's going to look gorgeous. I think. What do you guys think? Back in the 1920s, kind of, if you're thinking Great Gatsby, something like that, then back in the 1920s, they used to wear all sorts of colors. They really didn't coordinate, but there was a lot of like pearl necklaces, 3-4 strands, or there was chokers like really close, really tight to the neck, or there was like these beaded necklaces, but they didn't really. These are coordinated in color, but sometimes they said they were just very colorful and they made no rhyme or reason to the color, you know, to matching the colors, but they didn't care. The whole idea was to have that, I don't know, beaded, fun necklaces on. So that's why they were layered, and that's what I was thinking of. That's why I designed it like this, so that you could wear it all together. You know, if you want to have a bunch of beaded funds or a bunch of Art Deco necklaces all at once, if you want to wear that, or if you want to wear them alone. I think it'll be really fun. So I think I really like the way it turned out. I think it's going to look really beautiful once you wear it with even just a black top or, you know, different color top. I think it's going to look gorgeous. But you guys let me know in the comments if it's your kind of jewelry or not. That's okay. I wanted to honor the colors and the theme of the box, which is Art Deco. So if you like this design, don't hesitate to hit that like button till you can let me know if you liked it, or comment down below. I love to hear from you guys. And if you want to see more designs like this or different other wire work and stuff like that, then I suggest you hit that subscribe button and the bell that's right next to it, so you get notified the next time I upload a new tutorial or unboxing. And in the meantime, I'm gonna direct you over here to watch another Sam's bead box tutorial, and I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Bye.